Have you ever thought about what makes successful people successful? I have. And after interviewing about 70 plus people on my podcast, Unleash Your Focus, I have a clear understanding about what makes successful people successful. Now, I'm not just talking about habits and structure, routine, and setting goals, hashtag goals, but there's more to it. It's also about how they market in their business. And in this snippet that my virtual assistant have put together for us, this is about your avatar, your ideal client. And this is one very, very clear pattern that I've noticed amongst successful entrepreneurs is that they really know who they are speaking to. They really know and understand their clients. Now, this is the secret sauce in your business. This is going to help you to basically set you apart from your competition and help you to dominate the marketplace. Tune into this episode. These successful entrepreneurs gives really great advice on your avatar. And do me a favor, before you dive into this, download the Avatar Knowledge Blueprint. This blueprint will help you to understand your customer, and it's going to give you that domination in the marketplace. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell notification for more videos like this. I would appreciate that because it helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Thank you, guys. Enjoy this snippet. What is your perfect avatar?
This is such a great question. I was talking to a client about this today, and one of the things that I realized along the way is that I had been speaking to two different customers for a long time. And then there was a huge gap in my communication, in our sales, because my best customers are the ones that they have an established business, that they're at least making money. They're out of their 9 to 5 or close to out of it. Like they have an established business. They have a customer that they serve. They're selling something that, and that they're happy to be the attractive character of their business, that they want to be on video. They want to be the face of their company. And that they also come from a place of, like you said, wanting to make an impact and profit. We definitely love to work with impact-driven businesses. And clients that know that they have a great offer, they just need better traffic. Because if I can help them build an evergreen lead generation machine and then help them with their systems to consistently sell it, then we can skyrocket. But I realized along the way, I was speaking to two different demographics. I was speaking to that person that I just mentioned, and that they're like the people that I can get the fastest results for. But then I also felt if I speak to established businesses, I should also help people to become established businesses. But what I realized in that is that I do so well. And it's almost like if you look at your audience, like you're speaking to people at a university level, but then you're trying to teach kindergarten to get to university level. That's a really long path. And there are people that will teach kindergarten really well, and I can teach the university level really well. And it's not to say that like I can't help those people, because there's tons of free training and my YouTube channel and all that stuff that can help them, but I can get the fastest results for people that have overcome the mindset shifts. They know what they want to do, who they want to serve. They're already selling something. I can help them scale. I can't serve everyone at the highest level if I'm trying to help them start, but I can help people scale. So that was a big realization for me, in that I can focus on one demographic and not feel like I have to make that demographic. I can serve the people who are already there.
How long has it taken you guys to nail down your avatar to say, this is the client that I'm serving?
It took us about 6 months. We're not even joking. We have a Notion page that's dedicated to our client avatar, and I'll actually pull it up and I can read just very vaguely.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Yeah.
But it took us a while. Things like building a story brand helped tremendously. Things like digitalmarketer.com and some of their perpetual traffic systems and their avatar before and after building. So we have hers name as Marketing Maya, as you would typically have in a persona. Yes. 32 plus years old, female, married, maybe 1 to 2 young children, maybe a small pet, marketing department of a small to medium-sized business with at least 1 million in annual recurring revenue, marketing director. And then we start talking about the villain. SEO and Google is the villain because it's just so confusing, and Google's always changing those things up. We talk about the goals, the values. We actually interviewed almost all of our clients and who are in-house marketers about their sources of information, what blogs they read, what influencers do they follow, what would be their objections in the sales process. And then, of course, the traditional before and after grid. What issues do they have before? How do they feel? What's their average day like? What's their status in life? and the same thing afterwards. It's a huge document. I'm like skimming through it, but it took us working with my mentor directly, as well as speaking to team members, interviewing clients, to really hone in on our client avatar.
So your avatar, do you guys have a specific avatar, or is it just, I don't know, can you dive in a little bit to explain your ideal client?
Yeah, for sure. So our ideal client was mainly prior, because right now we're going through a phase where we're switching a little bit. So prior to this point, it was a lot of any business owner, affiliate marketer, course creator, coach, like really any income level, anywhere, because our program wasn't high ticket. So anyone could really afford it, whether you're a beginner or your high level business owner. But now we switched to high ticket, like we only have one program that is low ticket. So our client avatar has definitely changed towards more established business owners who are making money. Coaches, course creators, mastermind owners, people who really have a business where they're making 5-10 grand a month. So they have the money to invest inside of our program, and then we can just help them scale further, because it's something we've realized that taking a beginner from nothing to $1,000 a month is much harder from taking someone from $10,000 a month to say $30,000 a month. Way harder. So as a business owner perspective as well, I loved doing that for people who are in the beginning stages of their businesses, but it's very time consuming. It can be very draining. It's very difficult. But when you're dealing with people who are already making some sort of money online, they understand certain aspects of the business. They understand that it doesn't just come overnight. They understand certain aspects that a beginner wouldn't understand. So really more established business owners is our avatar right now.
How did you define your avatar, and how did that come about?
Yeah, I mean, we're still defining it to like maybe refining it is a better word. I feel like you're always learning as you go. True. But from the beginning, I knew I would only work with nonfiction because I understood the business model for nonfiction authors. Yes. And we do memoirs, but our focus is really on people who want to do something with their book. So some memoir authors do want to be speakers, or they want to, they have a goal for writing it, but some memoir authors don't. They just want their story out there. Yes. So our preferred kind of client is somebody who's going to use this book to get speaking engagements, to grow their business, to get leads, to solidify their expertise in their industry, those kind of things, because they make sense. And then it also fits with, I have expertise in branding and sales. Of course, real estate, but I really understand how to use the book to position yourself for those things. So people who want to do that with their book are a really, really good fit for us.
So your ideal avatar, your perfect client, is that then it's more agencies and consultancy agencies than just individual small businesses?
Yeah, I mean, I think what's tough is if you I always try to think about this in terms of like, if you think about there's certainly businesses that have internal resources to do marketing and have professional marketers, and those people are great, could run our platform very easily. But if I just sort of think about it in context of the average small business, they tend to be really great at this thing that they do. Yeah. And marketing and sales are a very important part of it, but it isn't the thing that they do. And there's always this struggle, right? And so I sort of think, for the average small business, the best thing they could do is hire a professional marketer to help them. Right? Because most of the time, even if they are doing great and they could have somebody in-house, do they really need to have somebody full-time in-house? It's sort of like that struggle. But I always think, if you're the best dentist in town, or does that mean that you know how to build funnels and websites and run Facebook ad campaigns and all that? I don't think so. And in fact, I think if you spent a lot of time telling your patients that, they would run out of your office immediately because they think, what in the world is this person doing? Why aren't they telling me about nerdy dentistry stuff that they're focused on, right? And so if that's true, in order for them to be great at their craft, then they really should be working with an agency or a consultant.
So how do you do your client avatar? How do you niche down on that?
Yes. So I've been studying this for at least 20 years.
Yes.
Because as a startup, you have to really understand, you have to figure out the problem we're solving. So you have to understand your customer really.
Correct.
So I got relatively good. So I'm a Steve Blank fan. I don't like his writing. I think he's a horrible writer, but I love listening to him talk, and his concepts are great. I'm also a fan of Jobs to Be Done. If you're familiar with Jobs to Be Done, and I've actually become friends with Bob Mesta, who he and Clayton Christensen were really one of the first people to do Jobs to Be Done about 30 years ago. So I sort of take those concepts and the general concept for those of you in the audience who don't understand what that is, it's in essence, you have to interrogate your client, your potential customer, to understand what they really want, because they don't know. They'll tell you, but they're almost always wrong. And then you have to sort of understand what progress they're trying to make, and then who they are. So for me, it's actually on my website. You can see it. And but the essence of it is, I need a humble leader who is a lifelong learner and is comfortable constantly challenging the status quo. If they are those three things, I can work with them. If they are only two of those things, I probably can't, because I'm a bit of an iconoclast. I come in and I say stuff they're like, oh, I didn't know that, you know, or that's weird, I never heard of that. You know, like people will say, the big thing is, you know, you need to give people feedback. And I say, no, you don't. People hate feedback. It's actually done really badly. And it's only one of many tools that you have at your disposal.